Hey guys, my name is Monster, and welcome back to Minecraft Through the Spyglass. It is episode 5, and today we are going to attempt our first ever update of this world. We're going to be jumping from v1.0.1 to 1.0.6_03. It isn't a big jump, but with it, we will be able to find another unobtainable. It's a pretty cool one, but it's going to take some searching to find. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some alpha gameplay. Okay, so I have made a technical backup. It's kind of weird how I have to do it. I have to put it in a different save folder, but there should be backup made. We're in version 1.0.6, and we're gonna open it, and I'm just gonna see. I don't think anything's gonna change really, but I just want to see and record it to make sure. Okay, so as you can see in the top left, we're in v1.0.603, and if I hop down, the only things I think might oh, there's a creeper right there. The only things I think might change are the stairs, which it doesn't look like they have. Check the buttons, the stone buttons that are floating. They still look like stone. I don't know. Sometimes I load in and they're actual buttons. Sometimes I load in and they're these squares. As you can see, they make the button sound when you touch them. But it doesn't look like anything's really that different. I thought maybe the stairs would change. Let me see if they change on how they place. No, they still place weird. So that's not different. I don't know why I thought things might change, but they haven't. It's all pretty much the same. I'm still moosing some invisible blocks on the top of my roof. Let me check my notes real quick. Okay, so the main things from 1.0.1 to now is in 1.0.3 the mobs got their own sounds. So instead of making that oof sound that the player makes, they should be able to make their own noises when they get hurt. In 1.0.4, exposed water turns into ice. 1.0.5, they added the snow block, which drops 6 snowballs when broken and takes 9 snowballs to craft, but later they changed it to 4 in 1.0.6. Also in 1.0.6 we got cactuses, boats, and we are able to see the items that we're currently on in our hands, as you can see here. So one of those things is the unobtainable that we'll be getting. I'm not going to spoil which one. It's going to take some time for us to find, but I think I'm going to start by traveling behind this house and kind of keep things in a line. That way, these loaded chunks that I load behind this house to find the block that I need will all stay as alpha chunks. And then of course, when we get to the beta section over here, we'll explore in a diagonal this way. So all of these chunks will stay as beta chunks and so on and so forth around the circle. And then I think if I ever just need to, I will go into world edit to just refresh some of the chunks. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get my health up, put some stuff in my inventory, and then plan out how I want to find this new unobtainable block. Alright, so while I was waiting and putting stuff up, it did turn night and I want to wait until day before I leave. But I figured while I was here, I want to test and see if my knowledge is correct, if I did my notes right. And it sounds like I'm right, that these mobs should now make their own sounds, and they do. So now all mobs should have their own respective sounds. This creeper should make hissing noises. Oh no, I guess it does make the hissing noise, but the hitting noise sounds weird. I don't want to try and fight the skeleton, but I'm sure the skeleton, of course, makes skeleton noises. So as you can see, as the morning rises, we will head out on our journey. Now, there's still no respawn points, so I can't sit down a bed. So I'm hoping that I find this relatively quickly, because if I die, I'm gonna have to walk all the way back to wherever I died. So I'm really gonna try and find it before it turns night again. I'm just gonna get behind this castle and just start heading in a straight line back from here. We are encountering some water here, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a new block. We finally have a new thing we can make, and it's a boat. And this is how they looked back in alpha. And they also break when you collide with something, I believe. So if I slam it into like the land over there, it'll break actually. Oh, and just like that, it broke. The world generation is crazy. Really pretty. No way. Did I just find a spawner? Are you kidding? And mobs burn in daylight now too. Guys, we have our first spawner though. And it's not that far from our base. I'm gonna go ahead and open this and see what... There's saddles? Guys. This is awesome. I'll just have to remember where that's at, because we still don't have coordinates. And I figure, honestly, if it does turn night while I'm out, I'm just going to dig a little hole and put myself in it until it's daytime again. After a surprisingly long time, still shocked that we found a spawner before we found this. But we found the unobtainable block. It is a cactus. And I say it's unobtainable because in this version you can put cactus on anything. You could have it floating, which means that we can see the underside of a cactus texture, which normally you can't see. So I'm gonna try and find a couple of these before we get back to the base. And then once we get back, I'll place them on various different items that you normally wouldn't be able to place them on. So for now, I'm just gonna continue searching around. I might go a couple more blocks out this way to find some more. And then I guess I'll meet you guys back at the base. So I did get turned around a couple times, but I have finally made it back to the base with a total of 9 cactuses, and we are in the unobtainable museum, which still looks crazy right now, but again, it'll be changed in later versions. This is why the cactus is unobtainable, because in this version you can place them on any surface. So any block you can think, they can be placed on. And what we're going to do is place one of them floating in the air here and one of them on a glass block, because I think that's the coolest block to have them put on. And then over at my base, I'll put some in some weird areas as well. And we'll see how these update through versions. I feel like they're going to probably break. Also in this version, you don't get hurt by touching them. That's the unobtainable for this version. Alright, so I made it back over to my alpha base with all my goodies, and I have placed down the cactuses over here as well in some odd places. So we have one here in the well with a torch on top of it. We have one inside of our house next to the floating buttons. And then we have one in our wheat farm on normal dirt. And then the last ones are in our castle in the back here. I use them as eyeballs for the skull. And again, I don't know. I think once we update, these might just break. But I'm hoping that since they are a placed block, that they will just stay. Fingers crossed they will. If not, that's part of this series is just seeing what happens to the stuff as we update through the versions. But I think I'm going to end this episode here. It's a shorter one. The next episode I will be running through every remaining version of Alpha up until the Halloween update. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next episode.